Welcome to UFCU Stadium in San Marcos, Texas, home to the Texas State Bobcats. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, taking on the winners of 8 straight, the Texas State Bobcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. To start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Raging Cajuns offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Got his man downfield. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. Plows through the defense. All right, guys, let's talk Raging Cajuns. Biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses, getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And, David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a 3-star defensive line. A guy like that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys as much as possible, keep them fresh. This guy could be a player down the road.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Unloads it left. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. Running back searching for a hole. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play. Big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. They'll leave it with him. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let them get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
Gonna let it fly. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. Touchdown, Texas State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. They're working that left side. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his second of the game. Instead, it brings up third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And the Raging Cajuns decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Might be calling a hot route. Gonna sling it on second down. It's complete to the left. Breaks into the open. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on first and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. He'll throw it. It's complete on the right side. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Man, this guy's closing in quickly on 100 yards receiving. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. We knew he was going to be a big part of the game plan and the strategy, but every time they've looked his way, he's been making a big play. And that's something the defense, they have to be aware of moving forward.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
And he'll be out of bounds on what turns out to be the final play of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter. Texas State has the lead here. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll go to the air. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to... Touchdown, Bobcats! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. So far, this has been a most frustrating performance for this junior quarterback. They came into this one believing that they could make explosive plays in the passing game, but they haven't taken care of the football, and they haven't done much up top. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Looking downfield on first down. Quick completion on the out route. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Let's take a second to talk about the Raging Cajuns. The biggest problem for schools at this level is getting enough big bodies, particularly on the offensive line, and getting a 3-star guy like this can really help them at this level, Jesse.
Yeah, and when you get guys like that on your offensive line, if you can get a couple dudes like that, all of a sudden now you can hang with bigger, better competition. Games are still won and lost in the trenches. I know this is just one piece, but getting this 3-star offensive lineman who was very highly recruited, that was a massive win for this head coach.
Setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Raging Cajuns will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
This is exactly why this guy is your QB. He does such a great job of buying time, has such great speed, just stresses the defense. What do you want to do? You want to blitz me? Sure, I'm going to scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass. He's just posing so many problems and so many headaches.
And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on 1st down. That one comes out hot down the right side. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play. And the Bobcats will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. He's looking to throw. He wants it all. And that one is picked off in the end zone. They make the stop right at the 10-yard line, but oh, what a turn of momentum with that interception.
Are you kidding me? Lucky number 7. He's got 7 interceptions on the season, consistently around the ball. High IQ, breaks on the football great. This guy just makes play after play after play.
They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive.
Here we go.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Raging Cajuns line up to punt it away.
And you could tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. To the air on 1st down. Quickly complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas State. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Going to the running game. Gets away from one. He's got space. Turning it on. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And in the closing moments of half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. He slides that just inside the right upright. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat San Marcos when that town is buzzing as it is today. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Bobcat Stadium.
Total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
What?
He's going to let it go. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. So now it's second and long. Back to pass. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Bobcats. And the punishment has been extended.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys.
All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want.